What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and listen, I don't know about you all, but I feel as if this Las Vegas UFO sighting situation has to be one of, if not the most interesting UFO story I have ever seen, at least in recent history or one that happened within my lifetime. And the reason I say that is because so often we hear these first-hand accounts about abductions or aliens or UFOs, and there's never any video footage or photographic evidence to back up these claims. Or, on the other hand, we always get these weird, grainy videos of what may be a UFO in the sky, and half the time it turns out to be some type of elaborate prank that was shot on a camcorder. So you always have those situations when you're looking into UFOs. But in this situation, it's very different. Yeah, we have a family out here with some pretty wild claims about aliens in their backyard and you name it. Who knows if those claims are true or not? But what we do know for a fact is that this weird flying object was caught on camera, but not just a regular camera. It was caught on police body cam. So that right there, it basically does away with any excuses that this wouldn't be real. You can look at video footage of UFOs, 1,000 videos, and you always have to question in your mind, is this a hoax? Did someone, pull some type of elaborate scheme? Is this CGI? What is this? Whereas in this situation, we know the footage is not doctored. We know that we're looking at some type of real, unidentified flying object in the sky caught on police body cam. So we know that the video footage is totally credible. All of these other UFO sightings, they're all up for debate because everyone could always throw it out there that, hey, maybe this is fake and this is a hoax, because someone shot it on their camera. They could have doctored the video. Here, we know the video footage is real. So that's one thing that we have. We know the video footage is real. Is the family telling the truth? That's something we don't know for sure. But just in case I have not made it clear already, let me go ahead and do so now. I am not here to convince you that aliens are real. I'm not here to convince you that UFOs are real. I am not here to convince you that this family is telling the truth. If people can debunk their story, then go right ahead. It wouldn't upset me at all. In fact, I am open to people debunking these people's story because I just want the truth. That's all I want. If this family really saw aliens, I want to know. If this family is lying about it, then I want to know, because one thing that I don't think people understand yet, and please listen closely, if this story is fake, then I think that's worst case scenario, but not for the reasons why you may think. Let me put it like this. I find the timing of this story really odd, which is one of the reasons why I say I think this is one of the most interesting UFO stories we ever got. Because you have to remember that this UFO situation in Las Vegas is happening right as Congress and the Senate, they're holding meetings about aliens and UFOs. That's not a conspiracy. You can go look it up. We've even covered it on my channel. They've had open hearings about UFOs, okay? So that's been happening lately. And then, in the same week that we're hearing about this Las Vegas UFO sighting, we have this whistleblower coming out from the government, a high-ranking intelligence official, saying that aliens exist and there's these special government programs. So the timing of it is what really makes it interesting for me as well. And I always tell you to pay attention to the timing of things. Now, mind you, just this week alone, or just within the last couple of weeks, we have Congress and the Senate, they're having discussions about UFOs. We have this whistleblower come out, high-ranking, worked in the Pentagon, all of that, claiming that they have a special operation recovering UFOs. We have this Las Vegas story about this UFO sighting, and we have a former Marine that came out and said he saw UFOs as well. So all of this is happening right now, basically. So I want you all to understand that if this story is not true, if this is some type of fabricated nonsense that they're trying to shove out there, then that's worst case scenario. Because I'll put it like this, aliens and the existence of aliens, that doesn't really scare me. I've always kept an open mind, and I always felt like aliens existed. What scares me is if the government is putting false stories out here and conspiracies out here for whatever agenda they have. That's what scares me. So in reality, everyone wants to debunk this story because they're scared of the possibility of aliens existing. But in my opinion, if this story does get debunked, that makes it even scarier. Because then I feel like that's evidence that points towards the fact that the government and the media and the powers that be have some type of agenda behind why they're pushing all of this alien stuff right now. I don't know about you all. I know a lot of you all are paying attention, but I feel as if I pay attention to the way the media and the news cycle works probably more than the average person. So understand that when the media is really adamant about pushing certain things, there's always an agenda behind it. So the media isn't just going to all of a sudden start talking about aliens every day and pumping out stories about UFOs for no reason. There's an agenda behind it. And I think it goes way deeper than just being a distraction from politics. No, this runs way deeper than that. So in my opinion, worst case scenario, I'll say it 1,000 times, is that all of this stuff is fake. Because that means that the government has something up their sleeve and you're not going to like what they have in store for you. I can assure you that. And I don't dive into that stuff that much on my channel because I want to try to remain on YouTube. But you can do your own research. I'm telling you right now, that best case scenario, there were aliens in that kid's backyard. And that was a UFO. Because you don't want to know what comes next if that's not the case. And if this is just the government pushing all of this alien stuff on us all of a sudden for no reason. That is scarier than aliens, okay? We don't know what the aliens may, have in store for us. We don't know what their motives are, okay? We don't know how they feel. Obviously, if they're real and they've been visiting Earth, then they don't really have nothing against us and they probably don't wish us much harm. You want to know who does wish us harm? The powers that be. I can tell you that. But anyways, I'll go on more about that in just a moment. I want to show you all this other clip from one of the eyewitnesses out there in Las Vegas who saw aliens in his backyard, allegedly. I showed you all part 1 of this clip in the last video. So if you haven't watched my last video, go check that out. But right now, he is about to describe what these aliens look like. And I want you all to watch this, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts. But first, you already know what I'm about to say. We got to get the thumbs ups on these videos. You guys like these videos? I like making these videos for you. It's totally free for you to enjoy these videos. All you got to do is hit that thumbs up button. It only takes a second and it helps this channel so much. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this clip.
Angel, how you mentioned you could hear them breathing. Can you describe how they were breathing earlier?
Just like growling in a way. Like you can hear it like that. I don't know. It's weird, man.
A rattling coming out of their chest?
Yeah, kind of like growling, like a dog growling, something like that. Like aggressive breathing.
You should tell them
Any metal pieces left behind? No. I'm sorry, what?
You should tell them about the teeth.
Oh, the teeth. They had a lot of teeth. Like the one I saw had a lot of teeth, and they're like canine teeth. Were they hiding from you? In a way, yes, it kind of was. Pointy teeth, yes, kind of, yeah, pointy teeth, all of them. where's the actual I'm sorry. Where's the actual craft? Like I said many times, I never seen the craft. What state you in? Nevada? Oh, no problem, Ashley.
I think they never left, but we're in the backyard. Can you show
Hi,
us
Sonny.
where?
Where is?
Let's set it right now. Can you show us where?
Literally, where am I right now?
Angel, did you see their hands?
Their hand? Yeah.
How many fingers? Is it like 5 fingers or have 3? Like how long? Could you describe that for us?
They look like normal hands, but they look like big.
So I don't know how deep you guys and the gals have dived into all of this UFO and alien stuff. I try to keep my channel a channel where I don't go too deep and off the rails with information, because that turns people away. I think sometimes when it comes to weird topics like this, people come on too heavy and it turns people off really quickly. But just in case you're not up to date with your UFO and alien information, supposedly from the info that is out there, multiple different species or races of aliens have already visited this planet. To name a few, you have the tall whites, you have the grays. The grays are like the aliens that you usually see represented in the media. Small little gray aliens, big heads, big eyes. Those are the grays. You have tall whites, and you have the reptilians, and those are the ones that you're supposedly supposed to worry about. And the way that he describes the alien that he saw in his backyard, if it's real, it sounds kind of reptilian to me. You know, it's tall, big hands, sharp teeth, sounds more reptilian. Now, from my understanding, from the information that is out there, reptilians are not the nicest, okay? Those are really the type of aliens that you're supposed to worry about. Supposedly, they're shapeshifters. Some people even go so far as to believe that various members of the U.S. government and high-ranking officials, the Queen, some people think they're reptilians. I mean, I'll just put it out there. I'm not saying that I believe that, but a lot of people believe that stuff. So I think that's the type of alien that he was describing. Did he see the alien? Maybe, maybe not. Did the aliens really have these sharp teeth and stuff? I think that sometimes when you see something unexplainable or you see something crazy, your mind kind of puts other details in there for you. Like, think about when you were younger and you saw something. It's kind of like you embellish a little bit on accident. So once again, I'm not here to say that this guy is telling the truth. I'm just here to share with you what he is saying. But it scares me to think that this would be one big psyop. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say that these guys or this family or this kid isn't a crisis actor? That's scarier to me than thinking about the possibility that there were aliens really in that kid's backyard. And I think we have to be really careful here, because we're definitely in very interesting and sensitive times. We're in a time where all of this info is suddenly coming out about aliens and UFOs, and I know how the government works, and sometimes they put little psyops out there for you. They put information and stuff out there that isn't credible in order to delegitimize credible stories, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, maybe this whistleblower that came out, this is just me using an example. Maybe this whistleblower that came out was telling the truth about aliens. And in order to discredit him, they're going to put this story out here about this Las Vegas UFO, and then people will debunk it. And then when people debunk that and realize that that UFO story isn't credible, they'll view the whistleblower as if his information isn't as credible. They do this all the time. They put information out there that isn't credible, hoping that people pick up on it. And then when people come forward with credible information and credible theories or credible conspiracies, if you will, they try to basically act as if that stuff isn't real, and they use the non-credible information as evidence that, oh, you shouldn't believe the totally credible information. I know that may be kind of hard for people to keep up with. I want to explain it in a whole different way right now, but I don't want this video to keep going. But basically, it's like, okay, we got real information about aliens out here. We don't want people to believe the real information. We don't want them to buy into it. So we're going to put a fake story out there. They'll easily be able to debunk the fake stuff. And then they'll view that as like, oh, well, this information isn't credible either, just because we've debunked this other information. It happens all the time when it comes to these theories and conspiracies. So you got to be careful that we're not getting caught in the trap, basically. You know what I mean? You got to be very careful with that, because these people are sneaky. And I don't know what's going on right now in today's world, but there's very obviously something going on. And I can't help but feel like they're getting us ready for something. The media isn't suddenly talking about aliens. The Pentagon isn't suddenly releasing information about aliens. The White House, Congress, the Senate, they're not all suddenly talking about aliens and UFOs for no reason, people. So, and I'll say this in every video I make, because I want to hammer this home in all of your minds, that I think within the next couple of years, something's going to pop off here. They're getting us ready. The news cycle is amping us up. So what it's going to be, I don't know. I take comfort in the fact that we have built a community here. So whatever crazy, wild stuff that we experience over the next few years, hopefully we get to experience it all together and talk about it together. Because boy, oh boy, do I think that we are really in store for something wild, the way that things are going right now. Could I be wrong? I could always be wrong. I'm very capable of being wrong. But knowing how the media works, knowing how the world works in general, they're not hyping up all of this UFO and alien stuff for no reason. What the reason is, hopefully we find out soon. Hopefully it's just that aliens are real, because if it's a different situation, then whew, I wish you all luck, as well as myself. Let me know your thoughts about all of this, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.